lesson 6, so we are switching to general form now. So general form, okay, here's things you got to know about general form. They're going to probably tell you this in a second. General form, you cannot have fractions, and x and y are on the same side, and you should set it equal to 0. Okay, so something x plus something y plus the constant, all on one side of your equation. Okay, that's what general form is. Okay, so general form of equation of a line is an equation where all terms are collected to the left side of the equation. The general form of an equation is written as ax plus by plus c. We just said all this. Expressed as integers if possible. So that means is integers, you know, our number line or number system, that's not irrational. Integers are whole, positive, negative numbers. That's what I was just telling you. You want to keep them as whole numbers if you can. Okay, we'll talk about strategies to get rid of fractions later. Okay, all right. Convert the following equations from slope form to general. Okay, so 5x minus 8, we simply move them all where? Left. So move them all to the left. Minus 5x, add the 8. There's your general form. I put x and y in that order like they had above. If you don't, it's not completely wrong. Okay, but get in the habit of doing that just so it looks the way you think it should look. So how can I, because right now b, I don't have integers. I have 2/3. How can I fix that? No, decimals will make it worse, actually. Good guess, though. Because decimal 2/3 would be 0.6, and you'd round, it's no longer the same number. What's that? Times everything by 3. Remember, you can do anything you want to an equation as long as you do it to everything on both sides. The 3 is the problem. So you times everything by 3. Well, it gets rid of the fraction. Okay, so 3y I have now. The 3 over 3 cancels, so I have 2x now, and I have 21. 2x because of the 3's cancel. That's why we did it. So you see you have the 2 up there already? Okay. And now we move everything to the left. So it'd be negative 2x plus 3y minus 21 equals 0. I said no, but I said get in the habit of having x and y kind of in that order, just because that's how it's supposed to look. But you won't get it wrong if you don't. So the next one's tricky. I can't just multiply by a 4 to everything. Because if I do by a 4, 4 over 5 won't cancel. Exactly, a common denominator, and Luke said is right, is 20. So I'm going by 20 to everything. Now be careful, when you go by 20 to everything, they don't just cancel, they divide to the whole number. So what I'm saying is, what is 20 divided by 4? So then what's 5 times negative 1? Negative 5. So understand it's a negative 5x, it doesn't just cancel. What's 20 divided by 5? 4. What's 4 times the 3? 12. I did 3 here. So 20 over 5 is 4, times the 3 is 12. Okay, take a second, look at that, because that's fraction work. Most of you are going to get confused there. If you have questions, ask. No question, Ridge? You good? No, I'm good. All right. I knew that. Okay, move everything to the left. So add 5x minus 12. So 5x plus 20y minus 12 is 0. There's your general form. Okay. So now, this is what the game is kind of figuring out, can you get from general to slope and slope to general? Okay, so now we're going to go from general and get to be slope. So when you do that, what are you trying to do? Yeah, we want to transfer it back, but there's just one thing I'm doing, though. Yeah. Get y by itself. So when you're going from general and you're trying to get in slope form, we want y by itself because slope is y equals mx plus b, right? So we want y isolated. So when you're doing these, you're going to get y by itself. Okay, I'll do one. I'll let you try the second one. So watch. I'm trying to isolate that guy right there. So minus 2x minus 25. I move them over. Divide by -5. That's it. Y equals negative over negative is a positive 2/5 x. Negative over negative is a positive 5. There is your slope form from general. So what were we doing? Where did I lose you there, Noah? This guy? Yeah. So we took these two, we moved them both over here. And see how I have a -5 on the y? We divided -5 to everything. And so then I have a -2 over -5, which is a positive 2/5. -25 over -5, negative over negative is a positive 5. So we divided. Yep.
So then say that we could just have like a y by itself, we could just put everything on the other side.
Yeah, so if this y was just hanging out by itself, we just move everything and be done.
Okay.
You wouldn't have to divide. Okay, go ahead and try B, please. Try B. I'll give you a couple seconds here. Okay, so first step, Logan, what's the first step? What would you do?
-6x.
Perfect. -6x works. And plus 15. Okay. Okay, so those are gone. You have 2y, -6x plus 15. And Joseph, what would you do now? Divide by 2. So it's really not, I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that complicated. It was 2 steps essentially. 6 over 2 is -3x. 15 over 2, leave it. If you write 7.5, okay, but I'm just saying, do not get in the habit of changing things to decimals, okay? Because if the only time it works, if it doesn't repeat. If it repeats and you write a decimal, you're wrong, because you round it, okay? We keep saying that. So yeah, you can write 17 or 7.5. You won't be wrong, but I just don't want you to get in that habit, okay? All right, so this one here, the line's 3x minus 4y plus 8 equals 0. 5x minus ky minus 6 equals 0 have the same y-intercept. Determine the value of k. So what we have to figure out is we want to move this one into slope form and figure out what b is, because that's what the y-intercept is, right? So we want to do that first. Like, what are we looking for? So we're going to go minus the 3x minus the 8. So it will be like this. All it is, I move the 3x and the 8 over with subtraction. What I'm trying to do right now, again, if you're staying with me, I'm trying to find the y-intercept of the original line, because it said they'll have the same y-intercept. Okay, so here we go. Divide by -4. I don't really care about this at all. I only care about this, which is what? -5 divided by -4? It's 2. What's that? This is a 3. Okay. 3/4 x plus 2. We only care about the y-intercept, which is 2. So we're trying to get this guy to have a y-intercept of 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same steps, but it's just going to tell us what we want k to be. So I'm going to move the 5x, I'm going to move the -6 over. So it's going to be -ky equals -5x plus 6. What do I need to divide this by? Yeah, by 3, correct? So it's a negative now, so I need k to also be a negative. Because look, I need it to be 3, right? I need it to be negative. That's the tricky part on this one. Okay, everybody here can see I have a 6 here. We're trying to figure out what do I need to divide this by to get 2? A 3. If I just put a 3 in, it's -3. But if I put -3 in, it's now a 3y, and we would divide that over. So the answer for k is you want a -3. I know it's that negative tricky thing, but
And then you get -2 instead of a 2.
no, because this right here is negative now. So if I plug in -3, because that's a plus 6, right? We want a plus 2. So if I go, here we go. So negative. So negative is a positive. And then we divide by 3. And then I'll get 2. So, okay, you're confused. So if I took away this negative, what would we want it to be? A 3. right? It would just be a 3. You put a 3 in there, divide over, you're done. But this negative means it wants the opposite of what we see.
But I thought if you divide the first one by the negative 2, you divide everything else. Or if you
Right, but if you do that, that's if you leave it, Luke. So if you leave it -3, that gives us a -2, which we don't want, because we want a 2. So what we have to do is, since that's a negative there, we need to put another negative there to make that a +3. That's why it's a negative. Okay, it's a negative. It's the part that's messing people up. We'll look at it some more in a second. Let's just keep going, though.
6 was like -6, then would it be a -3?
No, it would be a +3.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Because it'd be the other way.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, it's +3. Okay. All right, we're getting through here. All right, so which of the following lines are perpendicular to the line given there at the top? So the first thing I got to do is I got to figure out what the slope of the line they gave me is, and then we have to do the same thing, turn all those into slope form and figure out what their slopes are. Okay, so let's do this one first. So let's move these over. So I have -2y equals -4x minus 9. So I move the 4x and the 9 over, and then we divide. We don't really care about that. We just care about the slope. Okay. What's perpendicular to 2? Flip it, switch it. Not -2. -1/2. -1/2 is what we're looking for. Remember, because 2 over 1, right? Flipped is -1/2. So we want to see 1, 2, or 3. Which one of those have the same or have the perpendicular slope of -1/2? So let's see. Let's try the first one. Move these two over. 3y equals -6x plus 1. Divide 3. Divide 3. Is this one perpendicular? No. -2 is not -1/2. Remember, we're looking, when we do this work, which we've been doing this, it's not different, we're looking for that number to be next to the x. Okay, this one here, minus the x, add the 12. Divide 2, divide 2. This one's good. We got -1/2. And the last one here, there is no constant, but that doesn't matter. Divide 10. And we got -1/2 again.
Wait, why is it 1/2?
Say that again.
Why is it -1/2?
That we're looking for? Because we got -2. We got 2, I mean. 2 is 2 over 1. You flip it and change the sign. So that one's good. So we had 1 was not good. The second 2 were both good. What's that? Oh, somebody knocked. Okay, so on to example 5. Write the equation of the line which is perpendicular to 2x plus 5y minus 7 has a y-intercept of that one. So we need to make this in the slope form, make this in the slope form, and then steal the slope from the first one, the y-intercept from the second one, and make our new line. So this is an all-encompassing, this is a problem you're going to see on a test, because it makes you do 3 things, okay, on one question. Okay, so let's do it here. So we go ahead, let's get in the rhythm. Minus 2x, add the 7. Whoops, not highlighter. Okay, so it'd be 5y equals minus 2x plus 7. Divide 5. Y equals -2/5 x plus 7 over 5. Okay, Maddie, what was I stealing from that first one? Yeah, I'm stealing a slope, but perpendicular to -2 over 5. So what would that be? Good. So my slope for my line, my new one, is going to be 5 over 2x. I'm now figuring out the b. Is everybody with me? Okay, so next one, minus 2x. Oh, this is a nice one. Y is by itself. This will be easy. Minus 2x, add the 6. 6, right? Correct. So we take the 6 as the y-intercept and put it right there. There's our line that they want. Yep, because you converted 2 and then writing it into the answer, B1. All right, so let's do, so we got a little if-then here. Use the following to answer class example number 6. Statement 1, the line has a slope of 5. Statement 2, the line is parallel to 10x minus 4y plus 13. The line passes through the point -2, 1. So the line given, we're trying to see, does the line have a slope of 5? Correct. Good job, Maddie. That's not y by itself. So no, statement 1 is incorrect. So A and B are out, just like that. Okay. So 2, the line's parallel to this one. So we need to figure out, we know this slope's 5 halves. Everybody see that? Divided by 2. So what's this one's going to be? So we have to go -4y equals -10x minus 13. Again, would it be, so this one's correct. Both were 5 halves. So this one's good. Statement 3, the line passes through -2, 1. How can we figure that out? You can plug it in, x and y, and see if it goes through. So whenever you're given a point to see if that point's on a line, you could just plug it in for x and y. So -2, is that the x or y? It's the x, so you put it right there. What's 5 times -2? -10. What's -10 plus 12? It's +2, so we have 2 over here. Put a 1 in here. What's 2 times 1? See how they lined up? So that means that point is on the line. So what we did was -2, we put into x. 5 times -2 is -10. We added that to 12 for 2. 1, and for y, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 equals 2, therefore this point is on the line. Your answer is C. 2 and 3 were correct. All right.
-2, not +2.
Which one?
For statement 3, like the coordinates.
Yeah, we put -2 in, because 5 times -2 is -10. Yeah, it's not, these are just the ending result. Okay, good. Anything else? I think that's it. Are we done? Okay, we are done. Okay.